All right, so let's begin with the user create operation. So I created some files in my repository folder. So I have the attendance row, user row, and users .py. So I'll quickly go to the users, and the first function I have is create. So this function is actually to create a user. So with this function, I'm expecting an input of the schema class that I created, the create user schema class that I created. And when I get a response, I go to the database to confirm whether indeed, to check whether you are not in the database. So if you are not in the database, that is, if your email is not in the database, I I comes here to the else statement here, and then put your details into the database. If not, I throw an exception, an HTTP exception that user already exists. All right, so I did this for creating a user, so I'm expecting the admin to consume this. Alternatively, I made mention that we'll have two URL, and an admin can add a user or a user can register. But if a user register, there must be some kind of approval from admin. So I have the same function. I have a similar function as compared to the create, but this time it's also taking the create user. But on the other hand, I'm setting is active to false, and then yes, I'm setting is active to false. So now let me elaborate further on the user password hashing. So normally, we don't normally save the raw password of a user in the DB. Anytime you want to save a user password in the DB, you need to hash it. And then there are several Python libraries for doing that. By my case, I'm using Brickrex to do this. So I have a file in my security. So I created another folder called security. So in security, I have a file called hashing, and then I have two functions in this file. So in this file, I've imported site context from passlim, and this site context, I've set a schema on it to be create, and then duplicate to auto. So I have a function called hash, and this is a function that does the hashing. So it takes your password and then encrypts it here in this line for you. That is in line 7. At the same time, when you are trying to log in, it's expected to take your password that you are sending and your hash password, and then does the verification automatically for you. So in this function, we are not actually decreasing the password, but we are just comparing the password, the plain one, with the Bcrypt library that we are using. So that's it with password hashing.